Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Zenith Academy Online. I am Shahana and today we will be doing trigonometry part 3 in which we will be solving all the sums related to the concept which we have done in our previous videos. So let's start. First question. If A and B are complementary angles, prove that cot B plus cos B is equals to sec A cos B into 1 plus sin B. I have told you in my previous videos as well, either we can take LHS or RHS, whichever you feel more comfortable to solve. I am today here starting with LHS. So, LHS is cot B plus cos B. So, now, here we need in terms of sin B, cos B and sec A. See, first of all, A plus B is equals to 90 degrees. A and B are complementary angles. So, A plus B is equals to 90 degree. What will be B? 90 minus A. And what will be A? 90 minus B. So, now, see, we have taken LHS, cot B plus cos B. How can we write cot? Cos upon sine, we know. So, this is cos B upon sin B plus cos B. Now we have got the basic functions. What we can do further? We can add them. Take the LCM, which is sin B. This will be cos B as it is. And what this will be? Multiplied by sin B. So this will be cos B into sin B. So now if we see cos B, if we take common, what will remain? 1 plus sin B upon, now see, cos B into 1 plus sin B, this is one of the terms of RHS which we have got. Now what is the other term? Sec A. Please see careful, this is angle A. Cos B into 1 plus sin B, write this term. And we can write this like 1 upon sin B into this term. We can write it like this. Now see, 1 upon sin B is cosec B. And we know the property cosec 90 minus A is equal to sec A. Now for cosec B, instead of B we can write 90 minus A. So for cosec 90 minus A will be sec A. This is one method. What is the other method? I can convert sine into cos. Sin B will be equal to sin 90 minus A, which is ultimately equal to cos A, and 1 upon cos A is equals to sec A. So either of the method you can use. I am using the second one. I will convert sin into cos, which is sin 90 minus A. Sin B is equals to 90 minus A because B is equals to 90 minus A. One plus sin B. This will be 1 upon cos A into cos B 1 plus sin B. So what is 1 upon cos A? We know sec is the reciprocal of cos. So this is sec A cos B 1 plus sin B. And hence we got our RHS. Now let's solve for the second part. Cosec square A plus cosec square B is equals to cosec square A into cosec square B. Here it is plus, and please be careful, the angles are different. This is A and this is B. So I am starting with LHS. I am taking LHS to solve. cosec square A plus cosec square B. So now what we can write for cosec? We know cosec is the reciprocal of sine. So reciprocal of sine is written like this: 1 upon sine square A plus 1 upon sine square B. Now what we can do further? We need to add. So let's take the LCM. Sine square A into sine square B. We will cross multiply for the numerator. So this will be sine square B plus sine square A. Now we cannot add this further because B and A are different angles. But the relation between B and A is what? The complementary angle, that is A plus B is equals to 90 degree. So convert either of the term, either B in terms of A or convert A in terms of angle B. Sine square B, I'll convert B into in terms of A. So sine square, for B I can write it 90 minus A plus sine square A upon sine square A sine square B. See, I am not converting the denominator. This is because in RHS we need both angles A and B. So I am not converting this. So now what this will be? Sine square 90 minus A is what? Cos square A. So this is cos square A plus sine square A upon sine square A sine square B. Now this property we know. Please remember to write whatever property or whatever algebraic identity you use in the bracket. Please do not forget in an exam. This we have discussed in a previous video also. So cos square A plus sine square A is 1 upon sine square A sine square B. And write the reason here why you took this as 1, because cos square A plus sine square A is equals to 1. Okay. So now we have almost got our answer. 1 upon sine square A into 1 upon sine square B. Sine, cosec is the reciprocal of what? Sine. So now 1 upon sine square A is cosec square A into 1 upon sine square B is what? Cosec square B. And hence this is what our RHS is. If you remember, we have solved this type of question in our first video as well. Let's see. Here the angles are actually different. A, B. So how can we do that? See, sine A. Now see, for this LHS only, if we see the angles are different. So for we cannot perform any of the addition or subtraction here. So we can convert these angles and make it either in terms of A or in B. So let's start. I'll convert B into A. So sine A plus, instead of B, see, I know A plus B is equals to 90 degrees. B is equals to 90 minus A and A is equals to 90 minus B. Sine A, this is B. So instead of B we can write 90 minus A, sine 90 minus A upon, this is sine A minus, again convert B in terms of A, so sine 90 minus A. This whole is added to cos B. So cos B we will convert this also. So cos 90 minus A, because B is equals to 90 minus A, minus cos A upon cos 90 minus A plus cos A. solve it and write it. Sine A plus, this will be sine 90 minus A is what? Cos A upon sine A minus, again sine 90 minus A, so it is cos A, which is added to cos 90 minus A is what? Sine A minus cos A upon cos 90 minus A is sine A plus cos A. So now we have got these terms in terms of angle A, so that now solving is easier for us. Now let's solve it. Now what we can do to solve it? Just perform the addition operation. So for addition, what we need to do? We need to take the LCM. So what will be LCM? Sine A minus cos A into sine A plus cos A. Let's write first the denominator. Sine A plus cos A into sine A minus cos A. Right? And now how to take the numerator? We will cross multiply. Right? So sine A plus cos A into sine A plus cos A will be what? Sine A plus cos A whole square. And plus sine A minus cos A into sine A minus cos A. Since our signs are same and angles and the terms are same, so this will be A minus B into A minus B, that is A minus B whole square. So sine A minus cos A whole square. Now see, the most important thing, now to solve this, we are going to use 3 of the algebraic identities. Please do not forget to mention this in the bracket in exams. So now if you see clearly here, this is A plus B and this is A minus B. So what is our property? A square minus B square. Let's write the denominator. A plus B into A minus B is what? A square minus B square. So what will be our denominator? Sine square A minus cos square A. Right? Now what is in the numerator? Sine A plus cos A whole square. So this is what? A plus B whole square. And this is sine A minus cos A, so which is A minus B whole square. So don't forget to write these algebraic identities in the bracket as the reason. Now we know how to open the bracket. So let's start. Sine square A plus cos square A plus 2 sine A cos A plus, let's open this bracket also, sine square A plus cos square A minus 2 sine A cos A, because it was A minus B. Right? Now what we can cancel? Plus 2 sine A cos A and minus 2 sine A cos A. So this and this term gets cancelled. Now see, if you see clearly, what we have got, sine square A plus cos square A, sine square A plus cos square A. So what is our property? Sine square A plus cos square A. Mention this also in the bracket. This is 1. Sine square A plus cos square A is equals to 1. So this is 1 plus 1. Okay. Now what is 1 plus 1? 2. Our numerator in RHS is equals to 2. So we have got the numerator. 1 plus 1 is 2 upon what we have, sine square A minus cos square A. Now what we need here? We only need sine. So can we write cos square in terms of sine square? Yes, we know sine square A plus cos square is equals to 1. So by this property, what will be cos square A equal to? 1 minus sine square A. So 2 upon sine square A minus 1 minus sine square A. Now it is just simple. We need to open the brackets and perform the operations. 2 sine square a minus 1 plus sine square a. This is because outside the bracket the sign was minus, so minus 1 plus sine square a. So this will be 2 upon sine square a plus sine square a. So this will be 2 sine square a minus 1, and hence we found the answer, which is what our RHS is. If sine a plus cos a equal to p. Now see, this sine a plus cos a is given a term p, and sec a plus cosec a is denoted by q. Then we need to prove that q into p square minus 1 equal to 2p. What we will do, if we take LHS, what is our LHS? Q into p square minus 1. Okay. Now instead of q, we write the terms. So what are the terms? What is q denoted by? Sec a plus cosec a. So instead of q, let's write sec a plus cosec a. This is our q. Okay. Now what is p square? Now first let's see what is p. So p is sine a plus cos a. So p square will be what? Sine a plus cos a whole square. Right? And minus 1. What we can do now? We need to prove as it is equal to 2p. And 2p is what? 2 into sine a plus cos a. So let's do sec a plus cosec a. Now since we need the answer in terms of sine and cos, we need to convert this also in sine and cos, and we know they both are the reciprocal of cos and sine. See, sec a can be written as 1 upon cos a, and what can be cosec a written as 1 upon sine a into. So now if we see here, this is sine a plus cos a whole square. So we can consider it as a plus b whole square, right? So now we know what is a plus b whole square. We need to just open the bracket. This will be sine square a plus cos square a plus 2 sine a cos a minus 1, right? Whenever we are solving each step, you should look at whatever identity you are getting. So now see what? Sine square a plus cos square a, we know the identity. Sine square a plus cos square a is equals to 1. So this can be 1. But we have minus 1 here and this is plus 1. So they both will get cancelled. What will be remaining for us? 2 sine a cos a in this bracket. 1 upon cos a plus 1 upon sine a into what is remaining? 2 sine a cos a. Right? Now, when 2 sine a cos a is, when we multiply with the bracket, with each term, now in this first term, cos a will get cancelled, and in the second term, sine a will get cancelled. See what we will get. 1 upon cos a into 2 sine a cos a plus 1 upon sine a into 2 sine a cos a. So cos a and cos a gets cancelled. Sine a and sine a gets cancelled. What is remaining? 2 sine a plus 2 cos a. Right? Now what we can do? We can take 2 common. So 2 sine a, 2 into sine a plus cos a. Right? And what is sine a plus cos a? is equal to P. So instead of sin A plus cos A, we can write P. So 2 into P, which is what our RHS is. Let's move on to the next question. Now our question is sec A plus tan A is equals to P. So we have given what is P equal to, and we need to prove that sin A is equals to P square minus 1 upon P square plus 1. So since we have been given in question, we have been given the value of P, so we'll start with the RHS, right? So what is our RHS? Our RHS is P square minus 1 upon P square plus 1. So what is P? Sec A plus tan A whole square, right? P whole square. So sec A plus tan A whole square minus 1 upon sec A plus tan A whole square plus 1, right? Now we know this is A plus B whole square, and same here we can open the brackets. Now sec A, this will be sec square A plus tan square A plus 2 sec A tan A minus 1 upon sec square A plus tan square A plus 2 sec A tan A plus 1. Remember the signs, okay? We have one property, the identity we learned in the square relations, 1 plus tan square A is equal to sec square A, or tan square A is equal to sec square A minus 1, right? Now if you clearly see here, sec square A and minus 1 is given to us, and here since it is plus 1, so we'll take tan square A and plus 1 and use this identity. So let's see how we will do it. Sec square A minus 1 plus tan square A plus 2 sec A tan A upon sec square A, sorry, we will take here tan square A and plus 1, so this will be 1 plus tan square A plus the other terms as it is we need to write sec square A plus 2 sec A tan A. So now we will use this identity, both the identities. So 1 plus tan square A is what? Here we will write sec square A and here we will write tan square A. So this is tan square A. Now see, if this is tan square A plus tan square A is equals to 2 tan square A. So this is 2 tan square A plus 2 sec A tan A upon what is 1 plus tan square A? Sec square A. So sec square A plus sec square A is equals to 2 sec square A. Sec square A plus 2 sec A tan A. So now we can take 2 common both in the numerator and denominator, and 2 will get cancelled. So what will be remaining? Tan square A plus sec A tan A upon sec square A plus sec A tan A. Now see, for the numerator tan A will be common, and for the denominator sec A we can take common. So let's take common tan A in the numerator. So what we'll get here, this will be tan A, since this is tan square A, and here what is remaining, sec A upon sec A will be common here in the denominator. So what is remaining, sec A plus here it will be tan A. Now we can cancel these two terms. Now what is remaining, tan A upon sec A. Now since we need the answer to be sin A, we can convert tan and sec in terms of cos and sine. So tan A is sin A upon cos A, and what is sec A? This whole is upon 1 upon cos A, right? So sin A upon cos A, when we'll take multiplication sign, this will we will take this reciprocal of it. So cos A upon 1, this will become, now cos A and cos A will get cancelled. So what is remaining, sin A. So our answer will be p square minus 1 upon p square plus 1 equal to sin A. So hence proved. So our next question is cosec raised to the power 4 A into 1 minus cos raised to the power 4 A minus 2 cot square A equal to 1. See, our answer when we evaluate this LHS should be equal to 1. So now what we have got, cosec raised to the power 4A, this is 1 minus cos raised to the power 4A, and it is multiplied by cosec raised to the power 4A. So to start with, what we can do, we can multiply cosec raised to the power 4A with each term of the bracket and open the brackets. So let's do it. Cosec raised to the power 4A minus cosec raised to the power 4A into cos raised to the power 4A minus 2 cot square A. This we write it as it is from the question. Now if we see cosec raised to the power 4A, cosec A is a function, reciprocal function of what? Sin A. Let's write it like this, cosec 4A minus cos raised to the power 4A into 1 upon sin raised to the power 4A. This is as it is, minus 2 cot square A. Now cos raised to the power 4A upon sin raised to the power 4A, since the this power is same and angles are also same, cos raised to the power 4A upon sin raised to the power 4A will be equal to what? Cos A upon sin is equal to what? Cot A. So this will be equal to cot raised to the power 4A. Cosec 4A minus cot raised to the power 4A minus 2 cot square A. Now this both are raised to the power 4. Now for power 4, how can we write these two terms? Cosec square A in whole square minus cot square A whole square. This is how for power 4 we can write. This term will remain same. So now if you see this clearly, this is A and this is B. So what is this? A square minus B square. This is in the form A square minus B square. If we consider cosec square is equals to A and cot square is equals to B, so cosec square A whole raised to the power 2 and cot square whole raised to the power 2 will equal to A square minus B square. So for A square minus B square, what is our property? A minus B into A plus B. Don't forget to mention this in the bracket. Cosec square A minus cot square A into cosec square A plus cot square A minus 2 cot square A, right? Now, before moving further, let's recall an identity. In the square relation we learned cosec square A minus cot square A is equal to 1. Why? Because we know 1 plus cot square A was equal to 1 plus cot square A was equal to cosec square A. So by that cosec square A minus cot square A is equal to 1. So what will be this? Equal to 1. So let's write 1 into cosec square A plus cot square A minus 2 cot square A. Now here cot square A is common. So cosec square A plus 2 plus a cot square A minus 2 cot square A will give us 1 minus 2 will be minus 1. So minus 1 into cot square A, or we can write this as minus cot square A. So now if we write, see, cosec square A minus cot square A is equal to what? 1. So 1. 1 is what our answer should be. Now we have completed all the concept relating to the trigonometric ratios. What we are remaining with is the trigonometric table, how to read the trigonometric table, and how what is the value of certain standard angles in trigonometry. Now this will be covered in our last video of this chapter. Please go through all these 3 videos thoroughly so that you will understand it better. Till then, stay tuned, and also if you haven't yet subscribed, please do subscribe, and if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Keep the learning on.